So, you understand the basics of mining, but which ores are best, and then what the hell do you do with all this ore? Hello, I'm Snipe from Snipe Gaming, and today we're going to be taking a look at what to actually do with all the ores that you're busy out there mining. What's the best way to process them to make the most ISK for you? What's the best ores to have a look at? We're going to go through all of that today. So the first thing we're going to look at is what makes your ore valuable. So every ore in EVE Online is broken down and refined into its base minerals. Now every ore breaks down into different minerals or different combinations of minerals, and I'll put a link in the description down below with a handy web page that shows you exactly what it breaks down into. Now, every item that you've ever used in EVE Online has been player made, with a few exceptions, but every piece of ammo, every gun, every ship that you fly, every mining laser has been made by a real player using these minerals that you're extracting from this ore. So the value of each ore type can change every day based on the needs of the player-driven market within EVE Online, which means that on an almost daily basis, the value of ores will go up and down depending on the market need. Okay, so now we know what makes your ore valuable, let's have a look at what rocks that you should be prioritizing when you're actually in the asteroid belt. So again, this is where our survey scanner comes in useful. I'm just going to pop it now. Now when the survey scan window comes up, you're going to be confronted with a lot of information. You can see that there's 4 different ore types in this asteroid field. We've got Plagio, we've got Veldspar, we've got Scordite, and we have Pyro. Now each of these breaks down into different mineral compositions. One might have more trite, one might have more isogen, and that is going to define the value of your rocks day by day. Now having said that, not all rocks are created equally. You can see here that we've got a couple of different types of Veldspar. We've got dense, concentrated, and then we've just got the standard rock. So for instance, most ores come in 3 varieties. So with Veldspar you've got dense. Now dense means it's got 10% more minerals than standard Veldspar, so it's technically 10% more valuable. You've got concentrated Veldspar, that's got 5% increase in minerals, and then you've got standard Veldspar, which is just, you know, normal. So really what you should be doing is targeting the dense stuff first. Every single ore is the same. There'll be a 10%, a 5%, and a standard variant. So really when you're in the asteroid field, no matter what ore you're mining, you really want to try and snipe these more valuable ores directly. Now I'll leave a link in the description down below with a website that will give you a full breakdown of which one is the 10%, 5%, and the standard variant across the board. Now, having said that, when you're in the asteroid field, you want to be targeting the 10% variant of whichever rock is most valuable at the time. And again, there's an ore value calculator that is pretty easy to understand. It's very easy to use. I'll include a link in the description down below on how to use it. That will give you a fairly up-to-date price check on your ore and how valuable it is today. So on most days, in my experience, Plagio is probably the most valuable item here because it breaks down into several different minerals, which means that rather than Veldspar, which just breaks down into trite, the value of Veldspar is determined by the price of trite that day. Whereas Plagio, it breaks down into a few different minerals, and the prices of those, you're not just relying on one mineral, you're relying on the prices of 2 or 3. So if the price of one of them goes down, the other 2 might still keep you afloat. Okay, so the next question that I'm sure you've already asked yourself is it better to sell my ore as is, or is it better for me to refine it, break it down into minerals, and sell those minerals? The short answer is, it's almost always going to be better for you as a newer player to take the raw ore and sell that at the market. And the reason for that is that you're competing with refineries who have maximum skills in refining, who have facilities that have the best equipment on them that allow them to refine, they get bonus minerals when they refine things. So you in a high sec system with kind of mediocre refining skills are not going to make more money by refining the ore. So even if you're in someone else's refinery in high sec, you're probably not going to get more than what the ore's worth. Okay, so your next question after that is going to be, well, if I'm not refining it, what should I do with it? Now, the first thing I would always tell you is, if you check the market and the local system that you're in, these are player buyer orders. Now, they've set these up. They're saying that they'll pay 12 ISK 78 per 1 Veldspar, right? Now, I can guarantee you that if you're not near a market hub like Jita, Dodixie, Heck, Amar, then you're not getting the best price for your ore. So I would never recommend that you sell your ore locally. What instead you need to do is ship it. Now, you should be shipping it to one of these market hubs. Jita would be your first preference. Jita is the beating heart of the EVE economy. It's generally where you'll get the best prices for your goods and services. The reason is, everyone goes there. Or a large majority of the population go there on a regular basis for all their shopping needs. The competition's really high. So there's a lot of competition to be buying these materials, a lot of competition to be selling them. It kind of keeps the prices at the most reasonable rate in EVE. So now you've got another problem. How do I get my ore from where I am to Jita, or where I am to Omar, or the nearest large market hub? I'm 15 jumps away from there. How do I get all this heavy ore there without the shipping becoming a full-time job? Well, luckily, there's a solution for this. In a high-sec NPC station, you don't get this option, but if you move your mining operation to a system that has a player-owned refinery in it, you can use that to compress your ore down. Now, compression, literally, the way I picture compression in my head is when they crush a car and turn it into a little cube. That's kind of what you're doing here, and as a result, it makes the ore a lot lighter to ship. Now, not only does it make it lighter to ship, but when you take it to your market hub of choice to sell it, buyers are willing to pay more for compressed ore because then they don't have to haul something heavy, and it's easier for them to take it in batches to be refined at their base of operations. So this is really simple to do. You take the ore out of your Venture's ore hold, drop it into your item hanger in the refinery, right click and hit compress. Now you can see that the weight of this ore was 2600, we'll say that. Now I'm going to compress it down. It only lays 47. So you can see that the compression ratio is massive. So you can actually start shipping out these ores in larger quantities in less trips. Now, in a future video, I'm going to be discussing what's the best industrial ship to use for hauling. When you start out, you're not going to be wanting to look at freighters or anything like that. Industrial ships are going to be where it's at. But we'll have a look at that in a future video. But for now, I think that kind of covers all the kind of basic ideas. I hope I've saved you a lot of ISK by not refining your ores or selling them in system. And I hope I've showed you that how easy it is to actually ship this stuff out. I've been Guttersnipe for Guttersnipe Gaming. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe for more content like this. Check out my EVE mining tutorial playlist, and I will see you in the next video.